Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to what I want to call devlogs, where I'll be basically logging and talking about my progress in a game I'm trying to make called DogFight. In this game, I don't really know how the best way to describe it would be, so I just picked up, some like drawing online thing, and the reason I started was because I really wanted to learn how I could, I guess like use multiplayer to make a entertaining game because all my other games before were just like single player games, and I kind of was just like, man, this really isn't fun if there's no one else here to enjoy it with me. I mean, they're fun for like a bit, but I don't feel like it has the like eternal aspect as like a game like Among Us, where it's really simple, but I feel like you could play it forever as long as there's friends with you to play it with you. So I came up with a game called Dogfight, which I think encompasses that aspect. And basically, the game is like this. So you're on a plane. So pretend this is the floor. And it's kind of like an FPS shooter. So there's going to be like people all around with like guns, right? Pretend these are people with guns. And you're put in teams of two. And I think the multiplayer, I don't know how to call it, but it's called, the multiplayer thing I'm using is called Photon View. And Photon View only allows up to 16 people, so I mean that's kind of unfortunate, but at least it's free and I'm not paying. And you can get up to, so that means only 8 teams. So there'll be 8 teams. I don't know, I'll probably color code this. There'll be 8 teams, and you're on a team with some other guy, and you can shoot people and you get points, but that's not the main aspect of the game. The main aspect is every once in a while, or maybe not every once in a while, it'll be fairly common because it's the main thing of the game. There'll be a plane that spawns in, so pretend it's a plane that spawns in, and you can get into the plane, and the plane has guns, so you can more effectively get points by killing people. And I also want to make it have a bomb, so pretend this is a bomb. This is really really sus, but just bear with me. And this plane will go around shooting people, bombing people, getting points, fun times. And but like it's not a normal plane. Like most normal planes, just a pilot, maybe like a shooter that's shooting everyone. This plane, you'll have to do tasks to keep it up and running. And I really want to like focus on cooperation while you're in the plane. I want it to feel like the pilot and the I guess I can call it like the assistant in the plane really have to work together to effectively get points. And if they don't, then it's not going to work out for them. And I can show you what I currently got, which is over here. This is the current game I got running. You can see I'm trying to incorporate many aspects. I also create like an auto-generated map. I can talk more on that later, but I think this is pretty good for now. As you can see, shooting is all right. A lot of people have told me that the everything looks like pretty realistic, and then the blaster shot looks kind of whack, which I guess is fair. But you can see the plane. Also, this player movement is probably not going to last long. It's really clunky, and I think you go way too fast. I made it so that you couldn't move while in the air because I was like, that's realistic. But then you can also like jump super far. Also, I don't know if you know this, but you can use this as a ramp because basically the player. Oh my god, what is this clipping? Okay, that is kind of crazy. Okay, we're just gonna have to make it work. The player, where the heck's the player? The player is like, his collider is a, what is this called? A cylinder. So when he tries to run up something, oh yeah, there's a hammer by the way, I'll get to that later. When he tries to run up something, it becomes a ramp. And at first I was like, oh shoot, this is a pretty bad bug, but I was like, I think this is a pretty good feature. Like I could incorporate this somehow to being in the game. Like that's cool. So I'll probably just somehow work that into the final product. And this is the plane. You can go into it by pressing E. I probably should add like a tooltip to tell you that. As you can see, we're in the plane. And I ran out of bullets, by the way, so that's why I can't shoot. Another thing is you can wall ride. This is kind of like the same thing. Started off as a bug, but now I'm like, wall riding's pretty cool. Maybe I'll like make it less clunky in the future, but we're getting there. You can wall ride. You can see there's pilot, which I don't know why the button is like that. It's kind of weird. And there's exit. Exit works just like you would expect. Pilot. You can see the plane. The script is... I didn't actually write this script to pilot the plane. I found some script online, and I was like, that looks like a really good implementation of flying, and I copied it. I hope they're... I think it's an MIT license, which means I can do that. But as you can see, like, I think this is pretty nice. Then you can see the wheels go down after a certain distance. Hold on. Yep. Wheels just went down, and then when you go up, wheels go up. And right now we're falling, so if we exit, you can see, where's our plane? Our plane goes flying. And you can just, I kind of like this aspect, you can just like toss the plane around. I think that's pretty cool. And as you can see, the scene is auto-generated. I can go into like detail about how it's auto-generated. We have the where the heck is it at? Room manager. Hopefully I'm not like showing anything important here. I hope not. And go to generate assets. So how it works is you see what did I say here? Num spawned? What does this do? Oh, okay. So num spawned is a variable that keeps track of how many assets are spawned in. And the seed is, what's it called? It gets the current room, gets the name of the current room, and then it hashes that. I don't really know how a hash works. All I know is it gets a string and converts it to an integer. I don't really know anything other than that. Chat GPT really helped me write this code. And then it generates a random number generator, or no, initiates like a random state. I think that's how this works, so that all all the times you make like a random dot range, it'll be the same for everyone. Since they're all on the same room with the same name, the seed will be the same. And since the seed is the same, every time you make a random call, it'll be the same. And that's really how I made this work. And then this is just a for loop and a for loop, so it makes a grid, and then it randomly places an asset within that grid, and that's how you end up with an effect like this. You just add like some random offset to each object and a random orientation. That's how you end up with this effect, which I think is pretty cool. And then it even tells you how many assets were spawned, and I can play around and change the values by going into room manager, scrolling down, and here like detail scale. I don't exactly remember how this works because I kind of wrote this code a long time ago. Chance of spawning, so you can see first it makes a random it basically picks a random number between 0 and 1, and then if that is lower than chance of spawning, and also I don't know what spawned assets is. When did I write that? Spawned assets true. I don't really remember. I think I was like kind of high while making this. Then it should run this, and this just places assets everywhere, and then it will like log how many times it did that, instantiate it, and it will pick it from assets, which is an array right here. So it'll randomly pick one of these assets and plop it down. You can see I can like make the detail scale way higher by putting it at like 100. And this will create a bunch, because I think it puts 100 in a line. I don't really remember, but oh shoot, it's spawned the exact same amount. Well, I look really dumb right now. Oh, okay, I remember how this works. I was making it with generate map, but I don't think we're gonna. But I think I figured out that running it in room manager is better, because room manager like controls the room. So why not just run it in that? So you can see my detail scale is 55, and what I think that means is in every line it will put 55 assets, and there's also 55 lines. So I can do like 500, and this will just be an absurd amount of assets. I'll probably spawn in an asset. Oh shoot, I don't think that was a good idea now that I think about it. Yep. As you can see, my FPS is hovering around 2 to 3. We can go into the scene viewer. Hopefully that's oh my god. It's kind of cool. I've never done this before. Okay, I should probably stop before I brick something. Okay, let's do something more reasonable, like 200. Okay. As you can see, there is a lot more assets, but as you can also see, it is a lot more laggy. Let's try to fly the plane, actually. Oh, we're probably just gonna get stuck in everything. Something else I noticed about the script is, or about the plane specifically, is that I can get stuck really easily. That's why I put like, how can I show this? Oh my god. Okay, I'm just not gonna try. I put a, what do you even call it? Like kind of like a hitbox on the plane's nose, so that if that gets touched, it like bounces back. I'll probably make it so that if that hitbox gets touched, the plane just explodes in the future. But let's go back to room manager, changes back to 55. Oh yeah, so you can see there's a 75% chance that an asset will spawn, which kind of just like randomizes it, which is pretty cool. I thought that this level, I mean, this looks a bit scarce to me. I feel like I could fix this up a bit, but as you can see, there's a lot of like tweaking I can do. But I think there's some bugs I found, which I don't know if they'll ever work. Like, look, you can see right now I have 19 out of 30. If I go in here and then come back, I have all my ammo back. And the reason for that is that whenever I go into the plane, I just delete the player asset. And whenever you come out of the plane, I just respawn a new player in. And something else I thought was very interesting in this project was how I made the plane room work. As you can see, like, there's no way I can fit a room in this plane. This plane is absolutely tiny. So where's the room? That's right. The room is in the ground. So when you create room, you go into scene. You're like, what a nice scene, right? You see the plane. You're like, I wonder, man, what is this clipping effect? It ruined this. It literally spoiled it. You're like, I wonder where it is, and boom, there it is. So you can see that's how that works. I thought that was pretty interesting. This is my first time working in multiplayer. Copied some guy's tutorial on how to set it up, and it was actually really good. So I'm thankful that guy made that tutorial. I think his name was like Banana Dev or something. And what else do I got here? I think that's mainly it. I don't know what else I've done. The movement, I don't know, isn't all that special. It came from the same tutorial I was just talking about. This gun literally came from the exact same tutorial. The plane, making this plane was the biggest grind I've ever done. And this also fully works in multiplayer, so I can show that now. So as you can see, I have like 2 versions running. Shoot, how do I get the other one up? Okay, it looks like this has. So we can say room name, like Among Us. Pick name, Jim Boy Hoy. As you can see, we're fully in the game. You can see our health on the left is at 100. And then over here, if I run this, probably turn off Overwatch. I swear I don't play Overwatch. Pick a name, Yo-Yo. Join room. Where the heck is the other guy at? There you go. There's the other guy. He's right here. You can see we can fully move around. I don't know how to show both of these at once, but you gotta believe me, this works. Like, look, hold on. Get in here. Look at this. A bit wonky, but it is what it is. Oh, look at that. Tell me that's not cool. Let's go chase him down. Oh shoot, I don't know where that plane's going. What? Where the... Alright, but... So, this is what my future plans are. These are all the things I've done. And this is everything I need to do. Right now, the plane animations are not synced. And what that means is, like... I don't know why this is, but I used like Unity's animator to animate the, what is it called? The wheels going up and down, and that was fun to do, but I also have an issue where the propeller, like on in multiplayer, the other person can't see the guy's propeller working. I'll probably get that fixed soon. And then, as you can see, I also need to add guns and bombs to plane. That'll be pretty fun making. And then I have to make the plane tasks, which I'm not gonna lie, I think is gonna suck making, but I'll make it work. Then we have to, as you can see over here, make teams work. I don't know how in Tarnation I'm gonna make that work, but I can figure it out. And then, as you can see, think player movement. I don't know if I'll add a scope to the AR, maybe. Clear up comments. I have some useless comments that I think I should probably clean up. And also just like random debug logs that I just kept for some reason. And so it just like clutters the console. Make the flaps move. Yeah, that's not happening. I mean, maybe, but I think we have bigger fish to fry for the moment. That's why it's in not started. Player reloads when exiting pilot. That's the thing I was talking about. Oh shit, I just realized half the stuff here is spelled incorrectly, but it's slide. Organize assets. And who needs to organize their assets? Alright, and then once that works, I think once these get done, I should have the main game done. Like the main part of the game. But there's probably a lot of improvements I could make. Like, the assets I have are pretty small, so it would be really interesting if I could get like big buildings up. As you can see, like in the game currently, there's just some like random tower which I honestly just used to like test like what happens if you ram your plane into something. Oh, I mean, okay. This is also something I could probably fix. You get stuck on stuff really easily, but maybe that's why you can ram into your plane. Maybe I'll make that a feature. As you can see, I know this isn't like, this doesn't look the best. And I just realized what this looks like, but relax. But as you can see, it just like bounces off, which is pretty cool. And you can also wall ride. I don't know if I showed that or not, but you can't move in the air. So the thing is, once you get up here, yeah, see, like I can't get closer, which I don't know if something I like, but I'll worry about that later once I deal with the bigger issues I have to work with. Oh shoot. But I think that this is not bad. So as you can, oh my god, okay. You're just gonna have to trust me. I really like this asset, by the way. I think it's cool how you can just zoop up. And that's basically it. I mean, I started this project in like November, I think. November of this year, and now it's actually not November. It was more like Thanksgiving because I kind of started Thanksgiving break, and now it's like mid-January, and I mean I think I have pretty good progress, but there's been a lot of stuff that's gotten in the way, like school or having to apply for a bunch of rando things, and also Terraria. I kind of have like, I think I have way too many hours in Terraria, but you can just let that slide. I mean, I can check Steam right now. It's not good. It's really not good. As you can see, I don't know how to check last week, but that's kind of it. Oh shoot, this is the other guy. It's the guy we abandoned. I don't know where this guy is. I can just make him kamikaze. That's pretty cool. Alright, that's kind of it. Look at this. It's cool. Hopefully I'll make like another one of these pretty soon. I think it's good for me to log where I'm at so I can look back and see how much the game's improved when it's finally done.